not be denied. Deft will not be denied his world championship. It went the distance. They were pushed in every possible way. But every member on this team showed up today to bring it home.
There could have been like another Baron steal. They got a lot more neutrals.
Jesus, man.
This is the greatest underdog story in the history of League of Legends.
Yeah.
There's never been a team in world history that has been underestimated in the way that DRX has. And the thing is, it feels weird to call them underestimated because they were rated aptly. They were not good coming into this World Championship, yet the level of growth has been phenomenal. What an incredible experience it has been to watch this team go from where they started to where they are now. World champions DRX, a team that no one believed possible, have made it.
That's the big thing about their story for me, right? Is that they haven't always been this good. Like, they haven't always been they never were, let's be real, projected to win, even at the beginning of today, this World's trophy. And I think that's what makes their story so much better. And like, this is a massive historic run coming from play-ins, being the first team to come up from that. The way they look domestically, barely qualifying to this event at all as Korea's 4th seed, and then looking shaky throughout until they just kept taking wins and kept taking wins. And it really seemed like they gained momentum even in their losses, right?
Yeah.
Like they took a step back, they readjusted. They didn't always play perfectly, even in this series.
Nope.
And that makes them just really endearing and such a testament to, I think, in my opinion, I don't know about your experiences, League of Legends, the game as a whole.
And I think I've never seen a team bounce back from bad things better than DRX, ever. And maybe part of that is the fact that two of these players came off of a 2-16 summer split just a year ago.
Yeah.
Right, the org was 2-16 in LCK in 2021. And because no one ever expected to win, there was never any pressure or fear of doing badly, if I'm trying to figure it out, because you saw how crushed T1 was afterwards because there was a massive expectation of success.
Yeah.
But for DRX, I feel like they were able to enter this amazing mode where it did not matter how many obstacles were thrown in their way, because if they hit it, oh well, right? Life will go on, and because they had that mindset, they were able to overcome more adversity than any other team ever.
I think it didn't start that way though, because they themselves talked about how like, oh, scrims are going poorly. We didn't think we were gonna do so well. Even in quarterfinals, we had Juhan kind of backstage talking to Piosik, telling him like, you know, it doesn't always happen all at once, like telling him the story of the Olympian, trying to pump him up after Piosik had been subbed out as recently as the group stage.
This world,
by Juhan. So like, I think, I don't know, the thing that makes their story so phenomenal for me, and I hope the thing that people don't rewrite when they look back on this is like, oh, they were always supposed to be this good, because they absolutely were not. Ask anyone who watched them in the LCK this year.
I mean, we had that story at the top of the day. Piosik going from streamer, one-trick Kindred to pro player. Chat telling him, hey, you want a Kindred skin? You don't think there's enough? Go make one. Go make it happen on your own.
We're getting a Kindred
If
skin.
we don't get a Kindred skin, I will lose my mind. But that's just one. That's just one of the many individual storylines. Of course, Def being the person at the forefront of everyone's minds when it comes to a near decade-long career that culminates in taking down the only other person probably on the planet that could rival the longevity of your career and be the perfect opponent to take down in ascending to that level.
And that is the craziest thing when we think back to the trailer that we saw as we getting closer to Champion Select. Deft was saying, I wanted to be the best guy in this school. I wanted to be the best. It took him 10 years, and it took a world championship, but now he finally gets to say, I was better than that guy. And I love the way that he said it as well. He wanted to come on this stage and say, I'm the best in the world, but it wasn't about that anymore. It wasn't about him being the best in the world. It was about being a part of the best team. And when you hear about the environment that these players have built for themselves, the journey that they've taken together, where they never created this expectation where they needed to win. It was just put everything on the table and put it all on the Rift.
Yeah.
And just walk away feeling happy and accomplished. And that was the mindset that resulted in them being world champions.
And to that end, Emily, I think we got to talk about our MVP of the series in Kingin. So much of this tournament, when it was top laners, it was Zeus. It was 369. The conversation was not about this guy at any point until the finals. And then he showed up in the biggest possible way.
Is this where I get to put my KT fan hat on?
Throw it on.
Hey, KT made
Throw it on.
I do think, though, that we touched upon the fact that it's not just that people were not really looking at Kingin because he wasn't necessarily a massive part of their wins when they did win. But the fact that he had a similar kind of like hype around his debut. When he was a trainee, people were looking at him to kind of be the next really good top laner, or potentially be the next really good top laner.
I gotta love it. All the players hitting the floor in this moment.
They must be exhausted.
I can't imagine the exhaustion you're feeling after a 5-game series like that.
But like I said, like I was talking to Chronicler, LCK caster, during the game 5, and we were just like, they're playing through Kingin, like they're playing through topside, and that's this team in their evolution throughout this event, you know, put him on H.